Keep my name out your mouth. Keep my name out your mouth.
Good afternoon, good morning, or good night, people. What it do? All right, so this video, we have Tony the Closer versus the lead attorney. For some reason, they keep going back and forth, or mainly Tony keeps trying to come for the lead attorney because he's going over his lawsuit against Caesar and DJ Envy. I think it's just against DJ Envy. But let me tell you, Tony just cannot handle himself. He can't help himself. Every time he tries to come up there on the lead's page to confront him, it's like a big kid. It's like, he's like, I don't like you, and then runs away. He's like, you make me upset. I don't like that you're reading my lawsuit, and then runs away. Like, we're both adults. Let's have a conversation about it, bruh. Like, what are we doing here? So let's just get into it. What I have here are two different lives from when Tony the Closer hopped on the lead attorney's live. And he just, the second time he tried a little bit more, but the first time he really pulled a Will Smith. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. Face ass. Like, calm down. It's literally in the written document. That's public.
All right, let me bring up the one and only Tony the Closer, man. What is up, Tony the Closer? How are you doing?
Why is it every time I see a live with you, it's like you try to take shots at my name? I feel it like you got a lot of disrespect when it comes to me. I just don't like it. Like, this is a case about victims in a major multi-million-dollar Ponzi scheme, and I see you. First off, the lawyer put misinformation with a kidnapping in there. And you sitting there repeating it multiple times to your followers where they're now believing that bullshit. That's disrespectful.
Okay. First of all, Tony, thank you for... He dropped off. Shit, guys, what are you gonna tell me? Now listen.
Keep my name out your mouth.
Before you leave, Tony, we're not going to do this. I kicked Tony off. When you first came up, I kicked you off because no one comes up here with that energy. No one. We got Tony the Closer in the house. Tony, how are you doing?
All right, what's going on?
Good, man. Thank you for coming out. We were reviewing this case that DJ Envy has filed against you. You know, I think the chat and certainly myself, we're kind of all in agreement that, you know, it's kind of trash, to be honest. There's a lot of things wrong with this complaint. You know, kind of what's your take on this lawsuit here and kind of the way the whole entire situation is unfolding?
Let's address the elephant in the room first. Okay. So we can know why I have an issue with you, because I think you have completely disrespected me multiple times, and you don't understand the disrespect. So when you address me and you talk about me, I think sometimes you're like, well, I apologize, and I'm not sure what Tony is upset about. So let's be clear. For starters, the whole Jay Morrison situation was a situation where you spoke on that case without having facts. You spread misinformation about me and my brand and my business that were completely false. I would expect more from an attorney. So it's very offensive when you're an attorney, you're speaking on a case and you're not educated on the case. It's very offensive. I had a multi-million-dollar, I lost $1 million lawsuit when that case was put into default. This wasn't something that wasn't taken seriously. So when you put certain things into the world where now your subscribers are now repeating and regurgitating the things that you said that are false, that's troublesome for me. So we come back and then you have Jay Morrison on the live. For whatever agreement that you had with Jay, he was completely cooked on that live. Your audience cooked him. I came in and I was able to share my truth. That video was deleted off YouTube. If you're going to share the video where you're incorrect about me, I think you should also share the video when all the facts are there. I think it was very messed up to paint a one-sided picture. So when your audience is still attacking me and basing it off things that you posted that weren't accurate, and we can go through the actual facts of it, because I think that you owe me that, because you spoke on me so matter of fact that people will believe that an attorney of your stature will be accurate. So we can talk to the exact facts of the case, which you absolutely were incorrect on and spoke incorrect on my brand and my name, which now your audience began to speak negatively of me. That's problematic to me. Then we go into this case right here. I don't even want to do that because I want to let you. I want to let you be able to respond to that if you wish. But that's my major issue when it starts. Is Jay Morrison? This dude's a complete scammer. You talked about a case with no facts, and it was completely disrespectful.
Okay. You mentioned two issues. You mentioned that I spoke on your case.
With Jay,
Yeah, your case with Jay without all the facts. That's the first issue that you have with me. Then the second issue that you have with me is the stream that you and I and Jay, we were all on parts of the stream together, and I deleted that. So I'll address the first issue first, which is me speaking on your case without all the facts. All right, let's talk about that. And let me explain to you what we do here on YouTube as lawyers when we speak on cases. Tony, all of the attorneys on YouTube, on the white side and the black side, we break down cases just like we broke down this case here. You know, I spent 3 hours breaking down this case. And shout out to AV. I dropped AV down because I don't want her to be mixed up in all this bullshit. Tony, guess what? I spent 3 hours reviewing this case. I don't have all the facts on it. I was not there, Tony. I don't know what the hell went happened between you and DJ Envy. It's not my job.
talking about Jay Morrison.
Sorry, Jay Morrison. Correct. It's not my job to be there. It's not my job to witness all the interactions between you and Jay. When I covered the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case, I did that for a month. Everybody loved it. Everybody. I was not there. I was not in those 5 penthouses. I don't know what happened. I spoke on that case without the facts. You said that your main complaint with the Jay Morrison is that I spoke on that case without the facts. I spoke on the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case without all the facts because I wasn't there. I covered I've covered so many.
But that would be considered gossip if we're not using all the facts of the case, right? Because those are
No.
important. Those are important. Like if you don't understand the context of how we got into partnership, how that partnership was established, the backstory, those are very important factors that are important because you read the half of the default, but you didn't read the actual lawsuit, which included my response because I had a response. You even tonight, you once again you said, what's the worst thing that you can do in the lawsuit? You could say not respond, but we actually had a response. See, that's what I'm saying. You're speaking completely incorrect information when you need to be speaking facts. You can easily go in North Carolina and search all the facts of the case and be fair. But I felt like you were being biased and one-sided. Also, when you deleted Jay Morrison, the actual live with Jay Morrison and I on both, it also made it seem like you were very biased because when he got cooked with facts, you removed that video. I can't understand why you would remove that video but keep the other video up.
All right. Now, I was addressing your first point and then you cut me off and now you're bringing up your second point. Do you want me to finish
Sure, go ahead.
your
Go
first
ahead.
point? All right. I covered the Travis Rudolph case.
Speak on my case, please. Like the other cases aren't relevant to I think that's very can you please speak on I'm asking you very explicitly and directly about what happened with Jay Morrison and I on my case. You talking on Johnny Depp and anybody else isn't relevant to the fact of what I'm asking you about. Why did you not cover the full details? Why didn't you look at my actual lawsuit that I had against Jay Morrison? That's also very important because it wasn't just a lawsuit with Jay suing me. It was me also suing Jay Morrison for $1 million. You didn't cover that piece. Why would you be one-sided? That's a very legitimate question.
You're asking me your initial complaint, Tony, and I wrote it down. You said that I speak on cases without knowing all the facts. So I'm explaining to you all the cases that I cover and all the cases that all the lawyers on YouTube cover. What I'm trying to tell you, Tony, is that none of us speak on any case without knowing all of the facts. I covered the Cardi B Tasha K case. I spoke on it for a month. I didn't know all the facts. I wasn't there. I covered the Travis Rudolph case. I wasn't there when those boys got shot with that AK. I covered the YNW Melly case. I wasn't there when allegedly Melly put bullets in those boys' bodies. I cover cases, but I'm not there. I can't cover all of the facts because I'm not there. I cover what's available in the news, which I find. All right. That's what I do. That's what every single attorney does on YouTube. If you don't like how attorneys cover cases on YouTube, that's understandable.
No, that's not what I said. I asked
No,
why didn't you specifically cover the full case? If you start reading through a case, because you said Tony the closer didn't respond. If you looked up that case in North Carolina, you would see that there was a clear response. That's inaccurate. You would also saw that I had a $1 million lawsuit against Jay Morrison. So what I'm asking you is, when you come out here and you came out once again today and saying, what's the worst thing you could do is not respond. I'm asking you, how are you saying that I didn't respond if I indeed did respond?
Tony,
We had a response. So I'm just asking, I'm asking you, you are putting out misinformation. Stop talking about me if you're not talking factual. The documents are there. See, I have no issue with somebody saying, hey, if you want to post my criminal record, but also post the dismissals. Don't just try to paint a misrepresentation of who I am. That's disrespectful. See, I'm a man and I'll stand on everything that I've ever been through, and anything that I've ever talked about, I've been open and honest about. I don't have a skeleton that anybody can expose. I'm saying, as an attorney, these people are trusting what you say as a man, as a representative of somebody that's educated in the space. So why wouldn't you make sure you have all the information before you go to the public and present one side? I'm asking you a fair question, because both sides, is not just that Jay Morrison side of the documents are on North Carolina courts. It's also mine. So why aren't you addressing that? Why didn't you read my complaints? Why did you only read Jay's?
Tony, I can't give every single piece of information in a 3-hour live stream. All right. I have to go in pieces. I haven't done that. You cannot name one case, Tony, not one, in my 3 years that I've covered every single aspect of that case. There's just not enough time. And you can't name any other lawyer on YouTube that covers an entire case with all the facts. You cannot name one, because they don't exist.
It's okay just to read a half of a story and have everybody believing that this nigga was innocent when there's a whole opposite side that you can see clear fraud. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, just be fair. If you're gonna break down the case, I'm cool with you talking about everything, but you got to be fair. Like, I mean, come on, dog. You're not gonna read my half of the shit, but you got everybody thinking that this nigga he's a con artist. He sent some shit to an address I didn't live at. That's how a default was entered. He did, and then he waited to after fucking the 30-day window went by, so he celebrated after I could actually go back and appeal it. All calculated fraud shit. If he actually beat me on merit, I could actually go back and appeal it. All calculated fraud shit. If he actually beat me on merit, I would stand on it. He didn't beat me based off merit, but that's what I'm saying. Why was there only a half of this stuff read to the public? You're an attorney. Be fair. That's what I want out of anybody. If I go into the court of law, you want fairness, right? Everybody wants fairness. You poll your audience and you call them your jurors. You would never go into a trial where there's only one side that's of an argument. That's bullshit.
Tony, let me I don't want to cut you off. You said that I'm not being fair. Now, Tony, I will tell you, and any other attorney will tell you, that we cannot cover every single side of a case adequately. But I understand that, and I recognize that. So here is what I do, Tony. I allow anyone who I'm talking about, any case, they can come up and they can say, hey, lead, you missed this part over here. I'll be like, oh, what did I miss? You missed this and this and this. And I'll be like, oh, okay, thank you. And lead, let me email you a document, because apparently you don't have it. Pull this document up. I'll pull it up. And you'll say, hey, Lee, I got a bone to pick with you because you were wrong on this and this and this. Tony, do you know what I do? I pull you up and I listen.
Bro, you deleted the whole live.
Well, let's go
You
one by
deleted the whole live.
We're going to talk about that. That's your second point. We're still on point number
You
one.
deleted the whole live. When we actually get to the point where I actually get to go against the bullshit he said, you deleted it. Do you think I'm not going to be offended by that? The first time that you talked about me, you talked about it from a one-sided perspective, talking about I'm broke and all kind of shit. You were saying all kind of, you joking off about my finances and everything, just making complete bullshit statements. And you think I'm not going to be offended by that? I'm a grown black man. You got a black platform that you using to try to shame a nigga that got scammed. I got scammed, my nigga. Do you understand what it's like? The nigga take 6 figures from you, get me sued in another lawsuit, and then watch a nigga cheer this nigga on to thousands of people? That's my reputation that you playing with. So yes, I'm pissed.
But that's why I brought you up.
Then you fucking deleted it, man.
Now
you fucking deleted when I responded with the truth. When the truth, when he was on the live and I'm on the live, you fucking deleted. So yeah, I'm fucking pissed. You hiding facts. So you painting a one-sided story.
Tony, you're talking about your second point, and we're still addressing your first.
I'm talking about all of it, man. I don't need to be. You can't baby talk me, lead. You can't pace lead me, bro. You trying to pace lead me? Bro. You do understand how educated I am? You trying to pace lead me? That don't work with me. Be respectful to the fact that I came and gave you a free interview today.
A free interview. First of all, I muted you, Tony, because I don't know what pace leading means. But what we are going to do is talk about one point at a time. All right. I'm going to unmute you. All right. You're unmuted. We're going to talk about one point at a time so that the people in this chat can understand what we're talking about.
It's the same point, lead.
It's not. It's 2 points. You came up twice.
How is it different?
Okay. Here's how it's different. The first time you came up talking about the Jay Morris situation, and we had a whole live about that. And that live is still up. And it's my understanding that you were upset with me the way that I covered that live because I did not have all the facts. Is that correct? Tony? Tony? Am I still up? Can y'all hear me? Or am I frozen? All right, Tony's frozen. All right. Tony, I'm gonna drop you down. I'm gonna kick you off. Come back up. Because it looks like, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Tony, here's the thing. You know, if you and I are talking backstage, then we can talk and we can mix all the points up and it's fine. But there are 4,000 people in here, so we need to go through in an organized way. Your first point, Tony, was that I covered your first appearance on my channel in a way that was unfair to you because I didn't read all the facts.
That wasn't the first appearance. No.
Tony, all right. My understanding of your first time, well, the first time I remember you coming up was
you talking about first appearance on here? Okay. I'm confused. I'm sorry that you're talking about the actual case. Go ahead. You're right.
No problem. All right. So that was your first point. You're saying that I was unfair to you in that particular instance because when you came up, I was talking about your case. I wasn't talking about it fairly. I didn't know all the facts. Your second point of contention with me is that the second time you came up, I deleted that. And that's the one where you say that you were cooking, Jay, and I deleted it. These are two different streams, Tony. Now, you know this, but the people in the chat don't. That's why we need to keep it organized. So I'm willing to talk about your point number 2, but I am not going to talk about your point number 2 until we resolve point number 1, because I don't want to go from point 1 to 2 back to 1 to 2. I want to do it in an organized way. So your point number 1 was that I was talking about your case without having all of the information. My response to that, Tony, is that number 1, no attorney on YouTube talks about a case while having all of the information. That does not happen. But I recognize that. And so that's why I dropped the link. And I allow you to come up and give your side of the story. If you say that I'm wrong, I'm not going to argue you down. I'm going to listen to you. And we can talk about all the ways that I'm wrong. We can talk about all the information that I missed. If you have documents that I don't have, you can email them to me and I will pull them up. You're saying that I'm not being fair to you, Tony. I'm willing to show anything. All right. So I understand that when attorneys like us cover stuff on YouTube, we were not there. We don't have all the facts, but I take measures to try to cure that. I have you up. I don't cut you off. I don't say like, hey, you got 2 minutes. No, you got 20 minutes, 2 hours. Get your shit off. You talked about a trial and you wanted a fair trial. The way you get a fair trial is that you show up and then you argue and then you present evidence. You present documents. I allow you that. I've always allowed you that. So do I have all the facts in any of the cases that I present? No, not in Johnny Depp, not in Tasha K, Cardi B, not in Travis Rudolph, not in YW Melly, not in Young Thug. No, none of us do. But unlike other attorneys that miss stuff, unlike other attorneys that get shit wrong, I allow the people to come up and correct it. All right. Does my response, not that you agree, but does my response address your first bone of contention?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay. Well, all I can do is have you come up. I don't know if you don't want to come up and fix it. If you don't want to,
because what I said about is you didn't speak on the facts of the case and you looked at it from one side. Lawsuits don't happen one way. The state of North Carolina makes, when you go and pull that lawsuit, you can actually see both sides. You can see both the response and you can see every correspondence that happened in that case. That's what I'm saying. Like you are a seasoned attorney. That's what I'm saying. I have a high expectation. I don't want to hear like this. Oh, I'm no attorney does. Man, that's bullshit. Like that's
No
a weak excuse of saying, hey, I didn't do a good enough job of vetting and making sure I'm putting out right information to my audience. So if it's just about gossiping, then don't act like you're an attorney, because this is what you're doing. Then if you're gossiping, if you're not creating all the facts, coming with all the facts.
Find one attorney that does what you think that we should do, Tony. You can't find one, so I don't want to hear it. If not one,
so you're not going to go look at both sides of a case before you present information. See, even when I talk on DJ Envy, I got all the information. See, I don't open my mouth without speaking. See, that's why I'm very confident when I do something, I know where I'm at on it. I don't just sit here and say, hey, oh, I'm going to go and just go off one side of some crap when I can't verify it. You didn't even try to research Jay Morrison. You didn't try to research what happened between me and Jay Morrison. I literally heard you go through here making insinuations about me, my business, my brand with no facts. You weren't actually speaking on facts. You were taking shots and pressing the horn to get entertainment for views on my likeness. That's offensive. On my likeness, you were honking horns and making it a joke. I'm not a joke to you, nigga. Like you don't know me. Tony. Don't make me a joke. Don't make me a joke. Me losing hundreds of thousands of dollars to a scam artist is not a joke. Do you understand how offensive it is to watch you as an attorney making jokes? But you listen to me. I'm talking to you. I'm saying, do you understand how offensive it is for you to be an attorney and making a mockery of somebody that just got scammed?
Tony, I hear you. What I'm telling you is there is no attorney who does what you are saying that we should do, because we have lives. It will never be the case that I cover a Johnny Depp case and then I spend days researching all of their history. It will never be the case that I cover a Travis Rudolph case.
All of the history or the history relevant to the case. I didn't ask you to look up all it. I didn't ask you to look up all my history. I'm just saying that it's history relevant to the case.
Tony, just let me speak. Let me speak. Tony, this guy here, this guy sued you. DJ Envy, he sued you. All right. Here's what I did. I pulled this document up and I read it. Took me motherfucking 3 hours. You know,
man, that's because you honking horns and doing all the bullshit, man.
Tony, can I finish?
If you stop honking
on my show, I'm gonna finish, Tony. All right, I muted you. So it's oh, he clicked off. I don't know what you guys, I don't know what y'all want from me.
And that's it. That's all we got. All right, so let me know down in the comments if you guys agree with Tony the closer or the lead attorney. Isn't the lead attorney just doing his job? Well, his YouTube job? I mean, is he doing something that he shouldn't be doing? I mean, if we all wanted to look up the damn case, we could. But guess what? We're not going to. So we watch him do it instead. Is that wrong or no? Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Till next time. Bye.